Alright, I'm back. This is Saturday now. And I don't know, there's the end of the hoop house that we covered. This is the final product. The sides, you can see I've got them held down with stones. That's just basically I want to be able to roll up the sides when it gets hot in there in the summer, and I want to permanently attach it. So basically I haven't quite figured that end of it out yet. But for now it's stones and a few pieces of 2x4s on it. Now back over this way, I want to show you something that we did. Can you tell? It's a door. Alright, let me show you what we did here. Back away where you can see the door. Alright, now that door was put together with 2x4s and some corner braces that I'll show you once I went inside. All I did was wrap it with 2 sheets of plastic, stapled it, pulled it around. I'll show you all that on the inside. Now I've got it held on the door with some 79-cent hinges that I got from the good old Amish hardware store, followed over by just a simple hook to hold it in place. Although I might have to do something a little more sturdy, as last night the wind was really whipping, and I'm not sure that's going to be enough to hold it. But for now it seems to work. Now before I go, I was just about to go inside, but I had a nice surprise when I came today. Came in about 3:30 in the afternoon. It's 105 degrees inside the hoop house, where it was 60 last night when I left it. I'll show you that in a bit. But for now, there's the door on the side of the hoop house, and it makes a tremendous difference. Alright, I'm on the other end, the larger end where the tractor opening fits. You can see I have that all sealed up and closed in. There's down the one side. I don't know if the sun glares too much, but you can see I haven't quite figured out what I'm going to do to secure the bottom. But for now it seems to work, so low priority. Alright, there's the door. I'll come in a little closer. All I did was extend that top cover. I had enough hanging over that I came down and I've wrapped it on the inside of that 2x10. I've got inside there 2x4x10. Wrapped it around, stapled it up. Now the outside, if you can see, you can still get underneath and possibly a wheelbarrow or I guess a lawnmower wouldn't fit. It's a little small, but now I've draped that down, and all I've done is just 2x4x10 again in there, and I've stapled it to it. So I can pretty much move it out of the way or put it up to be tight. Now if I get a strong wind from the southeast, then I might be in trouble. But for right now, it seems to work really well. Let me back up, and I'll try to show you another look at it from afar. And that's how I sealed the larger end. This is a non-entry end normally. So that's what I did. There's the one end, and I'll move back around and back to the door that I closed off. Alright, I'm back around to the other end, and I'm going to go inside and give you a look-see at what's happened inside. It's really quite amazing. Let me forewarn you, though, I believe the lens will probably fog up. My glasses certainly will. And I'll clean those off, and I'll try to continue and hopefully unsmudged or unfogged. So let's go on in here. Don't get too dizzy, I guess. I'll try to get this hooked. Now, immediately, I don't know if the lens has, but my glasses sure have fogged up. So let me take care of that real quick. Now, hopefully that's cleared up a bit. My glasses are another question, though. Well, right away, the first thing you notice when you walk in here is the humidity level. It must be, well, it's humid enough that it's actually almost raining in here. There's so much condensation. It's dropping from everywhere. I'll try to get a close look on that for you. There's one of my ribs, and hopefully you can see that condensation. I mean, the whole place is soaked. The humidity, and I did very little watering in here. It's basically, we've had a lot of rain, and the water from the ground with the intense heat inside here without any really transition of air has just raised the humidity level to really beautiful levels. Now let me walk over here. Last night this was 60 degrees when I left here about 7 o'clock. Now I bought this thermometer and I'm wondering if you can see it. I'll go in just a little closer. You can see that's well over 100 degrees. So it's gone. It was as high as 105 not too long ago, but I've had the door open, messing with it a bit, so maybe it dropped a little because of that. The condensation level, and really this enclosed part of this hoop house that we've constructed has turned into an amazing ecosystem. There's flies, which may or may not be good, but I'll find out. There's flies, the humidity level, I mean it's everything I could have asked for and more. It's really surprised me. So, you can see some of the things we've got going, onions. Everything has just sprung to life, it seems like, inside of here. I forgot to show you how I did the inside of the door, really constructed it. I showed you the hinges on the outside, but I got carried away from being overwhelmed by the heat and humidity in there. There's the hinges, 79 cents. The plastic was off of the roll that I bought. I had more than I needed. Now, the inside construction. You can see I've just framed up basically 2x4s. A little off at the top and bottom, 1/4 inch or so I had to adjust for that. But then I just wrapped the plastic around. You can see right there, I've done the plastic if the door will stop moving. You can also, I think, see the humidity on the door there. It's quite amazing. Now, in the corners, I've used these pretty nifty little corner braces that we found at the local hardware store. $1 or $2. Lens might have fogged up there. My glasses did. And I basically just attached it on down to that guy, across to that one, and back up. You can see I've got a latch hook on the inside to hold it to so it doesn't blow in the opposite way. And let me just try to give you a little far away view of what the door looks like. Nothing too fancy. I think I'm going to put a middle piece in just to keep the plastic from flapping a little bit. But other than that, those braces hold like a champ. So let me just try to give you a wiggle and see. You can see it's pretty steady. The 79-cent hinges I'm not so sure about, but we'll deal with it if something happens. So that's my door construction. Alright, something else I noticed that it was interesting. I thought I'd show it to you. Now, I just got the doors finished. This thing really completely closed in about 7 o'clock last night. Temperature inside the hoop from the thermometer thing that I bought yesterday was 60 degrees. Outside, it was probably low 50s, maybe even high 40s. It was fairly nippy. Now, this thing's been sitting entirely enclosed only today, and it's roughly 5:15. So let me show you something I noticed. First thing I noticed was down at the bottom of the door. I don't know if you can tell. I'll try not to get my shadow in there. Let me get in closer. The bottom of the door, if you can see, that's darker wood there by the plastic. I'll try to get in a little closer. That's water. That's accumulated from so much humidity inside that's That's basically, I guess, been drawn out of the ground. Didn't rain, nothing for that to happen. And I got looking a little closer in the side pieces where I've got them latched in or screwed in. Wherever there's a gap, there's water. I don't know if you can see that as I'm working my way down. There's water everywhere. There's so much humidity. Now I looked up at the top, over the door, the piece of wood, wherever I've wrapped the plastic underneath and stapled it on the backside, every one of those little spots has water in it from the humidity. There's so much humidity. There's another spot running right down there. You can actually see the water dripping down. I mean, it's amazing. All right, well, just a little interesting fact about anybody that's building one. Oh, there goes more water. It builds up a lot of humidity.